Union,
I'm Union.
Nami, Ideal,
Hello.
and Zealous.
Hi.
Wunderbar. So, where I last left off, I don't know what that was. So where we last left off in our grand adventures here in Ilhern, the party had made their way through one of the little shortcut alleys Union has frequently used to get from the guild hall to his place of stay here in town, and was as a result ambushed by individuals bearing lackluster iconography as best they can manage, resembling the Tower of Strife, a familiar symbol to Ideal. The fight wasn't really all that close. Even the fish napped Nami participating, utilizing some covering magic. Um, and all except for an individual appearing to be some form of priest or cleric being dealt with. This one slipping away and disappearing into the crowd. Rapidly fast forwarding from there, back at the small little inn that Union is staying at. Uh, the one of the poor children helping out this poor teenage girl was given a multitude of frights from the party before a chance encounter with some of Nami's gambling buddies resulted in her location and her doings being reported to one Beauregard. After a very short meeting between the two of them, held under a silent spell after, I believe it was Ideal that dispelled the darkness. Someone tried.
Yes. Yeah, that
Um,
was me who broke the darkness.
Revealing a very well dressed, pale skinned individual who has been known to you now as Beauregard. And the party promptly made their escape, fleeing Zealous.
No.
Nami catching the lip spoken words of a head start. Some quick paperwork at the Guild of Innslan. A job picked off of the rumor board regarding some undead near Groffen, which tied into a letter left for Union. The adventurers now press on, finishing up what little bit of preparation you might attempt to do, as the evening is going to draw near quite soon. So, hi Leah. I guess I could say Bella is here now.
I'm muted.
As of right now, you have only gathered your things, stopping by Theodore's lodging, Union and Bella, or excuse me, Ideal and Bella. He's actually not present, which is a first in the time that you've been staying there. But there is a trail of smoke off of the set of candles that he has on the little table where he's normally sitting, so he hasn't been gone long. Otherwise, there's nothing stopping you from gathering your things.
I'm gonna leave him a letter.
Okay.
Same.
Anything specific or just a general letter?
We'll be out of town for a bit. Don't worry about us.
There's a little invoice box you're able to put it in. Do make note of anything that you are actually leaving in your room. So set up your inventory accordingly. Did for the all intents and purposes, Joe has gone off to go get his own dealings handled. Pick up some supplies and what have you, as he recalls just how long y'all took on the last mission and doesn't want to run out.
He was the one who made it go longer.
Doesn't want to run out. So, Zealous, is there anything you intend to do? Or are you hanging with Union and Nami and precious feline of all good intentions?
Well, considering I have neither a place to stay or items to prepare, yeah.
Okay. So Union and Nami picking up, doing anything while you still have some daylight left?
Union would go back to the alley where they were attacked and retrieve his heavy crossbow.
Campfire repellent.
Um,
I'm
What?
tired, okay?
Joe immediately tells you that yes, having a bucket on hand full of water is a great way to handle an out of control campfire.
I don't suppose I know anything about vampires, do I?
What about campfires?
Leave me alone. I've had 12 hours of sleep in the past week.
Same.
So you understand.
Religion, history, what?
It would be religion. And with your background, it might not be a whole lot.
Let's see what I get. Not a whole lot.
I mean, most of what you've heard is the folktale side of things.
Holy stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe talking to a priest or such would service you better, but nothing really comes to mind other than they drink blood, maybe?
Okay.
I need a book.
There is a library. There are multiple libraries, actually. In fact,
How fast can I run to the closest one?
did you go with Union back to the alley, or are you still with Ideal?
Probably still with Ideal.
Okay. So, to my knowledge, Ideal, you haven't actually left the guild hall yet? Oh no,
yeah, pretty much.
You went
No,
to
no.
Theodore's.
Yeah.
So, about 20 minutes at a leisurely pace has been about the average.
And a slightly paranoid picked up stroll.
I mean, if you want to try and push it, you could probably make it there in half that. Need to roll athletics.
She's kind of freaked out, yeah. I mean,
Um,
fuck, what sheet is it?
the one that you don't have a picture on?
Thank you. Athletics.
Yes. This is not just your ability to just straight out run, but to try and push through the crowd whenever it gathers up in the street. As a lot of shops are on the verge of closing, so most of your people getting off work are now rushing to go get their food. And you are immediately, when you hit one of these packs, just swamped, and it is the I-10 at the Chapatula's exit. You ain't going nowhere. Glancing over your shoulder every so often as you try and excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. You're a tiny little thing, so you're as you try to squeeze and make use of your body. You do find yourself getting elbowed every now and then, unintentionally. People are very apologetic, but it is a very large crowd trying to get through this main thoroughfare at the moment. and you're about halfway through when there's that skin crawling feeling down the nape of your neck, and glancing over your shoulder, there, just under this arcing overhang, sitting within the shade and watching, emotionless, cold, is your wonderful friend dressed in black. A large, rotund human pushes past you. Sorry, little missy, you're in the way. Keep moving. And when he pushes past you, the figure is gone. It takes you another 5 minutes just to make it on the other side of the street. So against the tide, are you fighting in order to get on your way before you duck into an alley, double checking to make sure it's safe. Now a little more worse for wear mentally, and are soon at the guild hall. About the time it would have taken you taking a leisurely stroll. Except, worse for wear, you've taken 2 bludgeoning damage. There is a nasty little bruise forming on your left elbow.
Ow.
But here at the guild hall, now without any of your companions about, Ideal and Bella still writing their nice letters to Theodore at the moment. It is still a bit of chaos in and of itself, but it's a little more organized chaos. Adventurers a little more aware of the amount of space they take up, make way for you a little more readily. Some do give you a little bit of a sneer, particularly when they see your brand new emblem. Whereas others, when they see it, are give you very encouraging smiles. A couple even give you a slap on the back, like, "Hey, good to have the new kid around. Welcome." No one offers to buy you a drink. Not a whole lot of drinking going on here at the moment, but there are tables being brought out for the adventurers that are going to carouse. As it seems, some form of event is being put together ad hoc in front of the guild hall. Pushing past that, you find yourself finally through the large double doors and able to wind your way up the stairs and up to the second floor, where the fairly humble library that focuses more on regional knowledge and various bestiaries throughout history can be found.
Is there like a librarian?
There is a furtive little gnome. For a gnome, they are short, barely gracing 3 feet. They have the hairstyle that shows that they may or may not have been privy to one too many lab explosions, perhaps. Just little tufts of hair left scattered about their scalp. Which on a guy looks hilarious. On a girl, this poor little button-nosed gnome looks up at you and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Hi. She's gonna take a second to not laugh at this. I really need to find a book about vampires, particularly how to keep them away. Where could I find that?
Well, access to the bestiaries is a 3 copper charge.
Okay.
There's a small little box next to her, with a little coin slot on it.
We're just gonna put in a whole gold donation.
It gets stuck.
Just place it on top.
Exact change only, please. And she looks dreadfully serious.
Can I give it as a whole donation?
While the sentiment is very much appreciated, I do not have the means of making change. And if it does not go in the box, I cannot give you a slip.
God stay on me today. Okay, I'll be right back.
She takes her little glasses off and just starts cleaning them. I'll be here. I'm always here.
I feel so bad for this gnome. I'm sorry, I feel really bad for her. She has no hair.
She's a little
She's
tufts.
shorter than Nami. And she's so concerned that it has to fit in the box.
She's just trying to do a good job.
I know, but it's adorable, and I feel so bad that she probably has no life.
Ouch!
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back downstairs or wherever I did the
money changing is on the first floor.
Go back towards there and try to exchange a gold for copper.
The same very snobby elf behind the counter looks you over. Weren't you just here?
Yes, but I didn't realize a gold didn't fit in the box, so may I have a change in copper for 1 piece of gold, please?
For one. Certainly. That's why I just love counting coppers.
I'm sorry. If I couldn't be here right now, I would.
Okay.
Just as politely as possible, slides 1 gold over for exchange.
Do you want it in all copper?
Yes, no. What I need 3 copper. The rest of it I will leave up to you so that you don't hate me any more than you do.
Looks offended that you assume she hates you.
Everyone hates Nami.
Well. You will get 10 copper and 9 silver. Anything else?
Have a wonderful evening.
Next!
Back up to the gnome.
Just now putting very, very slow movement. Just now putting the glasses back on, adjusting them just so. Hello there. Can I help you with something?
I'm back. You said 3 copper pieces, right?
Looks at you as if she's never seen you before.
To see the bestiary books?
Yes, ma'am. The bestiary library is a 3 copper deposit. Please insert it in the coin slot here.
Yes, ma'am. And clunk, clunk, clunk.
A little slip pops out. That grants you 1 hour access to the bestiary section of the library. Please understand that books may not be removed from the library without a sizable donation and or deposit. Please enjoy your stay, ma'am.
Do you think you could help me find a book that I'm looking for?
Do you have the title of the book in question? If so, I'll be able to cross-check with reference to my ledger.
I'm assuming something in the title would say vampire.
She looks down at this ledger. Flips all the way to the back.
I just imagine this thing is like 3 times her size.
It's actually about as tall as her.
Yes!
Well, that certainly narrows it down to the last 40 pages.
Are they all kept in a section? Maybe I can save you the time and I can scan through the section?
Oh, I appreciate your concern for the utilization of my time, ma'am, but I am here to provide a service and shall do so at the best of my ability. How may I help you?
It's very appreciated. I need help finding a book about vampires.
Let's
Preferably how to
see
keep them
here.
away from me.
It does the little finger lick. Starts scrolling down, page turn.
Oh my god, this is Zootopia with the rabbit and the sloths at the NBA.
She's moving faster than that, but there is quite a section of things that is cross-referenced with vampire. Okay, right this way, please. I think I know the book you are looking for.
Wonderful!
And she doesn't get any taller because she doesn't stand up. She's been standing up this whole time.
Oh dear.
Grabs this little walking stick and begins to walk deeper into the library.
And I will politely follow behind.
As you did not pick up your slip, there's a sudden boom, a bash against your nose. Some strange force stops you, and you see the little paper flapping away there at the box.
Oh, right. Ticket thingy. Turn back, grab the ticket, try again, partially covering the nose because that kind of hurt.
As you pull the ticket, you can see what looks like a little candle image on the tip of it light and begin to work its way down.
I'm assuming that's a timer.
It's a safe assumption.
Back to following the gnome.
Okay. You might find out yet.
Probably.
It takes, as you work your way deeper and deeper, after passing like a third set of shelves, your brain has this brief pause of, this is where the back of the guild hall is supposed to be. And still the little gnome, you can see her feet under robes, just tick, 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 tick.
So, as in, it's going further than how big the guild hall is?
It appears to do so, yes.
It's a TARDIS.
Everything's a TARDIS. You're in a realm just saturated with magic. Everything's a TARDIS.
Well, we're still following.
It takes about 10 minutes following this little gnome before you are finally at the section where she stops, purses her lips together, and you hear this like very faint sound, almost like she whistled, but wasn't loud enough to really pierce your perception. And all of a sudden, there's a whoosh of air as a ladder comes swishing past you and stops in front of her.
I'm slightly terrified this librarian could kick my ass.
She nudges, like, while on the ladder, a good 9 feet up, is like trying to slide it over as the book is still just out of her reach.
Do you need some help at all? Could I hold the ladder still? Help you reach it?
Oh, hello there. I'm sorry, I am currently in the middle of assisting another customer. Please wait your turn. Blinks a few.
I apologize.
Blinks a second. I'm sorry, dearie. And then you realize her glasses have fallen all the way down her nose, and she can't seem to actually see you.
Oh no.
Just pushes them back up. A little to the right, please.
I shall assist.
Okay. The ladder is a lot lighter than you expected, and you actually almost end up pushing her too far, as it just moves with the lightest bit of a touch.
Sorry, didn't realize.
But nimble for her old age, she manages to maintain her hold and plucks forth a tome about half as thick as her head. Tucks it under her arm and very slowly works her way down. There's another pursing of lips, and the ladder goes whooshing away to whatever strange hidey hole it had been before. Here you are, dear. Holds out this thick volume.
I will take the giant book and thank her for assisting me and that she was very helpful.
Okay. With your book in one hand, your little ticket in the other, you look. About 15 minutes of your time has already been burned. But there, in your hand, is the observation and assertion on the nature of the undead, lesser and greater, by one Reginald. No last name.
That's a mouthful. Well, I guess we're gonna sit down on the floor and search the old-fashioned way, look for an index. If there's no index, skip every, I don't know, quarter inch and read the first couple words.
As you begin to sit down, there is suddenly a cushion that meets your butt.
I love this place.
You have dark vision, so it does not conjure forth a light for you.
I do not have dark vision.
Ah, then a small candlelight appears by your head.
I love this place.
But it is a flowing and flowery worded scripted book. Beautiful illumination on the front of and then the light actually hits it, and that's actually kind of creepy. It's all manner of undead, lesser and greater, and very well detailed illumination, like the old church book style. It's a very grisly scene, but it's very pretty. Um, the first 20 pages or so is a short about the author and his travels throughout the various planes of existence in order to acquire the mass quantity of information that you, the reader, are about to receive. And being very much welcoming in sharing of the knowledge therein. As you start to try and flip through until you catch something, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Investigation.
I need the result, please.
Oh, 14.
Okay. So now, as you finally find an image of a vampire drawn with some artistic license of the dark pallor and very long of fang creature, um, as it in your ever so stereotypical fashion has the poor maiden bent over and blood dripping from his fangs. Very old, like Dracula esque. Um, you do find an entry on vampires with 10 minutes to spare on your little library ticket. It was a difficult book to wrap your head around. Quickly
Is
working
this
your way through to any chunks of important information. One more investigation check for me.
10.
The only thing you catch is the one thing you were already aware of is a wonderfully flowery response in regards to the heavy sensitivity that vampires have towards radiance and sunlight. And as you get to the end of that section, very quickly, like finger scanning as quickly as you can, it ends with, "I myself would never even think to cross one of the," and then your card, the little card sitting on your knee, catches into a small little puff of flame, and you and the chair go flying out of the library without a book. I need
Fuck.
a acrobatics check as you come vaulting onto the other side of the arcane barrier.
14.
Um, you manage to, with practice ease, tuck your shoulder in and roll off of it and up onto your feet, about 10 feet in front of the gnome. "Hello there. Is there any way that I can be of assistance?"
That was terrifying. Ejection process is very terrifying from this library. No, thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
Yes, well.
You look over and realize it's starting to come down to dusk.
Where the fuck is that paladin?
Ideal, Bella. So an hour to fill in. What did y'all do? As you had arrived there and started to write your, "Hey, we're not gonna, we're just leaving. We're not actually dead yet." Um, letters. Nami just kind of very panically sprinted off.
Think she's running away again?
One of y'all
Maybe.
probably had to have told her about the library.
Yeah. She might be at the Guildhall
Oh,
library. She did ask me about vampires, and I didn't have much.
The old lady just laughs.
I think I know stuff, but I don't think I can know the stuff I
I got
Thank you. I'm glad.
it.
So, you have any plans before we leave?
Nah.
Yeah, me neither.
Really, Ideal, you have no plans.
Well, I'm gonna like try to find a service or something to send a letter to School of Song and Sword for Allura, telling her I'm having to quickly leave town.
Okay.
I'm just following him around.
Uh,
Normal Bella.
There's
can't
also
pick up
a zealous with you.
Ah! Where'd you come from?
Been here?
How are you?
How do you do this?
To be fair, you both have like some of the worst passive perceptions in the party.
There.
Still.
Other than that, Guildhall? I can't pick up my sword yet. It's not ready. So,
Okay. So scattered out throughout the various districts, there are little post runner offices. The fee for in town is only a copper. Um, get you a young lad or lass to take your letter and to the best of their ability deliver it in a hasty manner.
I'll give a copper tip. So, 2 copper altogether.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll write one for my teacher guy too.
I'm
It's probably
not sure how he doesn't see that coming.
see that's the trick. He knows I'm leaving, but he won't think I'm dumb enough to send a letter.
Okay. So again, it's only 8 copper for an in-town delivery.
Already.
But other than that, straight to the guild hall with y'all. By the time that you all arrive there, there is the last vestiges of sunlight arcing over the walls and buildings of Innsland. You have there in front of the guild hall, which for the first time since y'all witnessed it, scattering of long tables, small little pop up tables all over, just kind of have taken over the entirety of the street. And various acrobats and performers like fire twirlers and jugglers, visual performers, um, are making their way, twisting about, just a jovial atmosphere. Um, and it's as you're getting closer and closer to the guild hall, a few people will give you a smile, a thumbs up. Um, you've got no idea what's going on until on the largest of the tables, about 30 feet in front of the guild hall entrance, is a large reptilian lizard, but it's this same almost feral cat-like in bone structure head and portion of a neck. Um, that is about 2 zealous big.
Do I get a color?
Um, green.
Okay. That's a mighty beast.
And probably the first time you as players or as your characters have actually seen the remnants of a fabled dragon.
Huh.
There, sitting at the head of the table, is a very well dressed party. Um, they have what looks to be sort of masquerade masks on. I thought those were bigger. Okay. I'll keep that in mind, Bella.
Okay.
I don't want to fight an ancient one.
Thanks, Bella.
So their facial descriptions are lost upon you, but there you can see what looks to be a trio of definitely full-blooded elves, as they have that preternatural grace about them, and their ears are just the right amount of point. Um, they're all dressed casually. None of them are actually fully armored, except for a dwarf who is actually sitting up on the snout in this blackened, almost burnt-looking, spiked armor that goes from tip to toe. The only actual anything sticking out from it is the large and heavily braided and bound beard that just kind of goes all the way down between his little legs that are just kicking away, all happy. Big old flag in the veil. Um, th- those behind the veil wish to share in their grand rewards. The voice says as you try to make your way around the table, as it is getting late, and there is that sort of scratching thought in the back of your head of you haven't seen Nami in almost an hour. There, what best you can tell to be a halfling approaches you with two small bags. Excuse me, three. Sorry, Zealous. Even I almost forgot you were there.
Aww.
Zealous just fell so fucking hard.
What's in the bag?
It's very obvious gold, as you hear the clink, clink, clink.
I like free things.
Strive well, and maybe one day your potential will reach as high as theirs. Those in the mask, thank you for joining in their trivalities. A very flamboyant bow from the halfling, as you are each handed a fist-sized, halfling fist-sized, zealous, bag of gold. Before they back away and approach other tables, seeming to do the same, producing these bags out of nowhere.
I'm gonna look around for Nami. Kind of
She
put the bag in.
just now be making her way out of the guild hall.
Okay.
And Nami, as you walk out, you have the back end of that scene, so there's just a giant dragon head right in front of the door. About 30 feet out, but that's the first thing you see walking out.
Freeze. Turn around. Back inside.
You all did see her. That's a note.
I will go.
I'm following.
Zealous. 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 I see you lighting up, but nothing's coming through.
Did that fix it?
It appears to be so. So
Jesus Christ.
if you had responded to the stealthing so hard the GM didn't remember you, I'm sorry it didn't come through either. I can only
I'll
imagine.
follow them.
Okay. As you make your way in, there are only a scattering of adventurers actually inside the guild hall. Safe to assume why. Most of what you find are guild employees busy cleaning up and sort of resetting the day. And there is a Nami.
Find anything?
A very interesting gnome that I think is being tortured.
What?
Huh.
Anyways, thingies, light, it's dark. There's gonna be an issue.
I'm sure it's fine.
See, you say that, but you don't know him. Technically, I don't know him very much either, but still,
I don't know a lot of things, but things are still fine so far.
I don't know how to respond to that.
What's the worst that could happen?
A lot. Death, torment, torture, disembowelment.
And see, that's what I mean. We're already dealing with that right now because of his dad. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like things have gotten worse for us.
she's not wrong.
They've gotten a lot worse for me since meeting you guys, so there's a common denominator here.
You'll be fine.
You guys have the Healy guy, Antlers.
Yeah,
He knows magic, doesn't he?
Yeah, where is Union?
I
I
do
would
that.
like him to be here, preferably.
You've been following him around.
He's very interesting. I mean, his purchases are interesting. What can I say?
Speaking of Union, we're going to pan the camera over and fill his hour in real quick. As previously mentioned, there, Union. That is the scene that you walk up on. You are not immediately approached by anyone in uniform, but you do see one of them has your crossbow.
So, remind me, are these guards? Are these just people?
These are individuals dressed as city guard. Whether they actually are or only look like it, who knows? But they are definitely checking out the bodies, and one of them
All right.
has your crossbow.
Union would approach and say, hello there. Okay, zealous.
I will know Enigma is with you.
Oh, Enigma's with me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
It's not a good thing.
gentlemen. Union calls out to them as they approach.
One looks up, and he almost immediately looks past you. Excuse me, sir, that beast is supposed to be put away!
We are.
Shakes it. It's an active crime scene to boot. Please step back.
Your companion is holding my crossbow.
What'd you say? They
She
start
has
walking forward.
my property, sir.
So, you were here for this?
How lawful stupid do I want to be? Okay.
They're still getting closer and closer.
Indeed, my party were assailed by the men you see there.
Alright, sir, I'm going to need you to put your hands up. Far away from your weapons now.
Are you putting me under arrest, Captain?
This is not a captain, it's just a guard. No sign of rank. But he is reaching for manacles. And as he does so, Enigma pounces.
Enigma, no, boy, down.
Wow, such effort. Oh no, stop, don't.
So lawful there.
If you would like to attempt an animal handling, I need an initiative check. You versus Enigma.
Yeah, I would. I have to be quiet. I'm not yet in my downstairs like apartment thing, but yes, I would.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Do not need Boblin to roll initiative. Although Boblin jumping in to save a town guard would be pretty funny.
Would be very appropriate.
And instead of getting eaten by a T-Rex, you can get eaten by a displacer beast.
Yeah, we'd have to explain that one at all. All right. So, with a shocking amount, even on your own end, part of persuasion, you will get the first attempt. You now actually have to make the animal handling itself.
Okay.
But
you need.
you manage to react, sort of, almost as you know exactly where the actual Enigma is right this second, and not one of
Alright.
his displacements.
Union would turn toward the real Enigma and just let out a firm no, down, stop. Don't eat him. Come
Okay.
on. Okay.
As the words flow out of you, very convincing. For a second there, you think you've won. Enigma, he's such a good boy. He's listened. As he does stop, only to duck under your arm and latch onto the guard's leg and rip him to the ground.
Oh, Jesus.
The other guards begin to grab their stuff. You see your crossbow clatter to the ground. Enigma runs past,
Be retrieving that.
and they're not next to you. But Enigma runs up with a tentacle, grabs it, and darts away.
He was fetching. He is such a good boy.
God damn it.
Do you intend to
He's-
try and fight the guards?
Is Enigma off him?
Enigma's are out the alley. He has quite a bit of movement.
How bad is this guard's leg?
That particular guard is savaged.
Are his companions trying to fight me?
They're in the middle of drawing blades.
Gentlemen, let me see to your friend. I will give you each some gold, and we can forget this ever happened.
Persuasion check. And you said you are lawful?
Well,
Yes or no?
let me check. I believe so.
Were being the key word here.
What is my alignment? Okay, let me do a persuasion while I check.
Okay.
Technically neutral good.
Okay, duly noted. They kind of look at the guard on the ground as your hand is reaching towards both weapon and gold bag area. They seem a little tense, but there's a little greed in their eyes.
I'm skilled in healing magic. I can fix your friend and then give you all enough for a nice night out on the town. How does that sound?
The last that had your crossbow. You do anything funny, I'll gut you like a fish! Enigma's head turns around at the word fish.
Understood. Now, let me see to your friend first, alright?
Okay. How do you see to their friend?
I'm gonna go up and gently place my hands on the savaged leg and do a lay on hands.
Okay. The wounds begin to knit and close. How much do you heal him for?
I want to fix the leg, however much that costs.
How much are you healing him for?
I'll do 5 to start.
Okay. Most of it knits back with the acceleration of the magic. There is a anguished look upon his face as you've tended to most of the wound.
I'll give him another 2.
Okay. There's still a bit of blood from a bit of the open wound, but he stands warily. His hand is on his dagger, and he is staring daggers at Enigma, who is chewing on your crossbow.
And then, no, you're going to scuff the wood.
Oh, it's already scratched.
Ah. Pat, can you believe this? I say to the guard.
Now I think you made another end to that promise there.
Right, of course. How many guards are there?
There are 5.
I'll count out 25 gold and push it into the hands of the wounded guard.
Looks it over. Alright. Let's get going now.
Of course. Thank you. Come, Enigma. Let us return to the guild hall.
Looks at you, looks at the crossbow, scatters it across the ground before tromping off.
I want to pick up the cross.
He snapped the string.
Oh, by the Sanders chin hair. Oh. I will see if Ideal can do anything about this. And then he and Enigma would make their way back toward the guild hall.
You get there just as the festivities are kicking up, much like the majority of your companions. Joe is actually not too far behind you,
There's
tucking away his things. Alright, are we ready to go? We really should be going. He's kind of jittery already.
we just need to find the others.
Well, they're right there.
Hi, Deal.
Hi.
I'm at Union.
Hello, Bella.
Joe says, "Hi, Zealous."
There's a dragon here. Do you see the dragon?
There's a dragon.
It's a
Can I
dragon.
Did you not see it on the way in?
Union
you
was
did see it on the
paying
way
more
in.
attention to his string.
He says, actually, yeah, this was the first time he's actually picked his head up, just muscle memoried his way into the guild hall, walked past everything, including the halfling, trying to give him money.
By the way, how much money?
Have you counted it out?
Yeah,
Uh,
just a quick little look.
35 gold.
Whoo!
Joe holds up his bag. Yeah, they gave me this.
Gold.
What do y'all do?
Shall we be off? Get out of the city?
So we're leaving in the middle of the night when we're afraid of a vampire?
No, I really don't want to.
Well,
Because, I mean, thinking about it, it
I
seems like a really bad time to leave.
I second that.
well,
But then again,
He has other non-vampiric allies that may strike when the darkness holds sway.
well, what we could do is we could all go to one of our rooms. I could set up something that should protect us for the night. Then we can leave in the morning.
Is it called Enigma?
I don't think that'll protect me.
I forgot about Enigma. We're not going to my place.
I think with Enigma here, the only place we're going to is Union's.
I am not taking Enigma there.
Ignigo walks off.
Enigma, where are you going?
He's out
I
the
think
door.
you've offended him.
Oh, I think he's going to his pen.
I follow
Does it
Enigma.
look like he's headed that way?
Nope.
I'm gonna follow the cat.
Oh my god.
I'm following Antler Guy because, from what I think, he does light stuff.
I'll go with.
Yep, Enigma is now the party leader.
Hey, Zealous, do you want to carry me again?
Can't hear you again.
Oh, damn it. Zealous, did you explode again? Yep.
Yes.
Nope, can't hear you.
Dang it, Discord.
Hear you now.
It's horrible because I can hear you guys.
Sorry.
So,
Upsies?
No.
not gonna lie.
Fuck.
Was kind of curious how that was gonna go down.
Damn it, there goes the body shield.
But, assuming everyone is following Enigma, you find yourselves at the familiar place where Enigma makes a point of going past a certain alley, though he does stop and briefly marks his territory.
The same alley Union just came from.
Yep. The guards are
Okay.
still there.
Gentlemen,
They don't
I-
they don't seem to notice you. You don't go down the alley, you go past it.
okay.
Unless you choose to stop into the alley yourself.
No. As long as they don't see Enigma.
And you find yourself back at your inn.
Well, he has good taste, don't you, boy? I say to Enigma. Very good
Isn't it the
taste.
place where the vampire first saw us? I thought we were running from this thing.
If you try running from a thing at night, that just kind of appears.
I know,
He
but
doubled up. He will never expect it.
He's not an idiot.
Why run when you can fight it?
I don't think I can.
you think we could kill a vampire?
Don't see why not.
Because I'm still kind of
I-
tapped.
Oh yeah, I need a nap first. And then we'll fight the vampire.
My elbow hurts.
I don't know if that was in character or not.
That was.
Okay. Like,
I-
Yeah, I
I-
very much didn't know.
Dang, I already used text bots today. Never mind.
Stepping inside, the lights are out. The tables and such do not appear to be tossed or anything of that nature.
Union, you go first.
And Bella, as you have your introspective little moment, your only response is, well, I could.
Oh, well that's good news. That means I'll be fine.
Huh?
Oh, don't worry about it.
No, don't worry about that. She does that.
How do you what?
Talk to the old lady in your head.
Yeah, sometimes.
I thought you meant the old lady giving us scones and stuff.
She's nowhere to be seen. As you walk through the door, Union.
Yep, Union goes in
Enigma
first.
walks in, plops up on one of the tables, and just looks at you like, just this look of cruel defiance.
I didn't want you scaring the old lady and her granddaughter. Union gives him a look like, "Come on, guy, you're embarrassing me in front of the old lady, and her granddaughter, even though they're not around."
There's not a sound. still a couple pastries on the counter.
I offer one to Enigma.
Sniffs it.
Stealing lawful.
Neutral.
I'm sorry. I'm teasing you.
Starts batting at it like a cat. That's like, yeah, I could eat that. Not gonna, and now it's been all over the floor.
Fair.
Well, I'll look around.
Yeah.
Okay. By looking around, are you literally just twisting and looking around, or are you actually checking the whole of the premises?
Paranoid looking around for Nami. But she is not going far from
The former is
Union.
perception, the latter is investigation.
What was the first one?
Perception. If you're
No,
ju-
no. What am I?
if you are just like just looking about, literally just turning your head and glancing to see what you can see, as opposed to checking behind doors, looking for like scuff marks, marks of combat, or anything of that nature.
And it's dark.
It is the only bit of light is that which is coming through the door that you have left open, and through the nice little window that bleeds into the common room.
I'll also cast light for our people who can't see in the dark.
What do you cast it on?
I don't know.
Enigma's nose.
No.
Well, that doesn't qualify as an object, so the spell fails.
No, I'll put it on like Zealous's weapon or something. Zealous has weapons, right?
No.
He punches.
Not anymore.
Nami has a giant golden tooth around her neck.
Yeah, I'll cast it on your tooth.
So, it a little flicker of arcane from Bella's fingertips. She touches the tooth on your neck at your behest, and it slow, first gentle warm light, and then very bright light right under your chin, casting Nami's head shadow up onto the ceiling.
Make it easier for the vampire to find you.
But with that, you guys are not at disadvantage in the low light situation. Ideal, you're very careful working your way through, trying not to disturb anything. Whereas Zealous, without any hesitation, pushes past you, opens up the kitchen. The fire is out. It's been out for a while. There's no fresh scent of burn. I don't know who's massaging their microphone. Please stop. Thank you. The door to the back is still open. There does not seem to be any sign of a scuffle. There's no blood. There's nothing to that effect. The place is probably too clean. Bella and Nami, as you look about, you would see the chairs are annoyingly in just the right place. Like this, almost showroom ready.
Oh, I'm gonna slightly move them all. Why are you kicking a chair? They didn't do anything to you.
Nami doesn't like perfection.
That's why I moved them all a little bit.
She just moved it a little more.
With a kick.
Enigma seeing this is apparently the thing we're doing. Bats one over.
Yes!
Good boy. Union says approvingly.
He's causing a mess and you're cheering him on.
I
You
will
know
clean
what?
it up later.
I think he's a bad influence on you.
Nami, excuse me, Bella, you're not sure, but you're pretty sure Enigma just nodded.
I knew it.
So, quarantine as it is, what do you do?
Oh, we go to Union's room, sleep for the night.
Yeah, I can make a hut that no one should be able to get through.
I'm fine with that.
I was going to sarcastically say it's not a very safe place, but no, that sounds pretty safe, actually.
Okay, so the party gathers in Union's quaint little room, a room for one. Enigma immediately takes the bed.
Well, that's alright, guys. He can have it.
I will not be sleeping anyways.
I create a tiny hut
Okay.
in the room.
Leoman's tiny hut,
Yep.
a la ideal flavoring.
Yes, which I have not figured out yet. It's almost like that's one of my favorite bard spells or something.
Just a damn good spell.
It's just so useful.
So, situating himself in the middle of the room, it works this small domus energy, out of this bead that he holds up, slowly pulses and gets bigger and bigger, and you're fairly sure you catch him saying each of your names. Do you exclude any creature?
No, I let Enigma in.
Okay.
That was a good
Really not
decision.
sleeping tonight.
Ideal. The spell fails.
Right, because Enigma's larger.
Hey,
Well,
buddy, do you mind sleeping in the hall tonight?
He just gets cozier in the bed.
I think this
I
is where
turned to
we
zealous.
get kicked out.
yeah, I think we get the hall tonight, guys.
Okay.
He's a cat after all.
What's the look for?
I go outside and do the same thing.
Just far enough away from the bed.
Yeah,
Okay, that's another third level. I guess you would count that as a ritual
Rituals.
after saying that.
yeah. Both times were rituals.
Okay. So pulse, pulse. As another 11 minutes goes by. And finally, a small, semi-transparent dome encompasses you all. It is the inn itself was already pleasantly dry and cozy, but here it is now a nice static, steady temperature. And
Are we taking up the entire hall?
Oh yeah,
I hope no one's past us.
no one can.
I know, that's what I mean. I hope no one's like down the hall a little bit more.
Oh yeah, he's like the third out of 5 rooms.
Trapping people in here.
They got windows.
But with that, you are able to rest if you so desire.
Oh yeah, super resting.
Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
Come the morning, if you do not intend to get sleep, I need a Constitution save.
11.
Okay. Alright, so you fortunately find yourself unexhausted.
Shocking.
It was close. And still as the sun is now starting to burn off the night. Nami, as you sit in the hall, your eyes in way forward, trying your best to kind of keep your eye around the corner. Like if you could only just see the front door, you'd feel a little more comfortable. You see slowly from the bottom, working its way up, that dome begin to fade and collapse back in to the bead next to Ideal. The spell coming to an end.
Okay, so it's been 8 hours.
Yes, you got your rest.
Okay.
Frantically poking Ideal awake. It stopped working! It stopped working! It stopped working!
That means the spell ended. We're good.
Why are you being loud, little fish? It is
He's waking
early.
up.
Alright, so we should get out of here.
The large form of Enigma like muscles past everyone except Zealous, because it's kind of hard to move him. But makes it a point to pretty much shoulder check everyone else. And
Even me?
Especially you.
Ah,
And makes his way out the door.
rascal. He's bonding.
Uh-huh. Are you not concerned that he's just leaving?
He is definitely going to kill us in our sleep one of these days.
Uh-huh.
And our horses.
I think you guys are safe.
And the entire
I'm the
time,
one freaked out.
the entire
Well-
time, Union's gonna be like, "No, it's fine. He's being a good."
Look, he was a good boy yesterday. He got me my crossbow.
A broken one?
Yes. But he retrieved it. He fetched.
Did you tell him to fetch?
Yes.
Deception
mean-
check.
Is that against?
It'd be against your
Buzz.
passive insight at the moment. Oh no,
Bullshit.
yeah, it's bullshit.
Just a raised brow.
Mind you,
Seriously?
Enigma is now out the door.
Right, let's go.
After him.
Someone can't control his kitty.
It's a cat.
That's-
Uni yells back at Nami as he runs after Enigma.
Okay.
Do we even know what this thing is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Vaguely. You know what it's called, you know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So no.
But let's get our horses and get out of town.
Are we traveling overland?
I believe that is the plan.
Union, when you
I
come
don't
out,
know.
your elk is just kind of chilling right there.
Hey, buddy. A good boy. I go and pet the elk.
He looks so proud.
You're a good boy. You know
Sticks-
that. You're a good
Sticks
boy.
his tongue out at Enigma.
Oh,
Over
God.
over your shoulder so you don't even see it.
I pet him. Nami, come here.
Why?
Come here.
Excuse you, you don't get to order me around. No.
I have someone for you to meet.
I'm not really presentable right now.
Yeah,
Well, he's an
just
elf,
wake
so
up.
I
And for
don't
the
think
record,
he cares.
there was when you came out of your little hut, no sign of the lady or of anyone for that matter. No one like desperately tapping the foot on the other side of the hut, trying to like keep locking the bathroom.
Fine. Nami will go over to Union.
Nami, this is my elk. He is a very good boy. Now, while we will be traveling, you will need to be able to keep up with us. So I propose you ride him, or I am working with Enigma.
So are you gonna be the one walking?
I am going to be working with Enigma.
Again,
For the record,
I
Enigma
restate
hasn't
myself.
stopped.
Are you going to be the one walking? As Nami points to Enigma just walking away without it.
Get to know him. I'll be right back. And Union goes after Enigma.
The few people out this early in the morning are giving these strange felines, as it seems to shift about, looking like multiple, a very wide berth.
Enigma, where are you going?
Just looks over his shoulder, yawns, keeps going.
But we're going the other way. We're leaving.
Smiles at the elf.
I cannot type today.
An elf passerby just looks very confused.
Just absolutely, you look better than the kitten. Oh, thank you. Is holding their little kitten.
I'm too tired for this shit. I need to stop typing.
But no, the elk's like, yeah, hey, I'll be right. They kind of gives you this like, little head nod and walks after Union.
Glances towards Zealous with a smile.
While Union deals with that, let's get our stuff.
Why is everyone glancing at me?
I attempt to call out to Enigma and get him to stop.
Animal handling.
Okay, come on, please, boy, work with me here. I'm starting to think taming a displacer beast might be tricky. God damn it.
It stops for a second, and you're like, yes! Lifts its leg, pisses, and keeps walking.
Where are you going?
I mean, do you try to actually gauge your surroundings?
Yes, I try to get a sense of where he's headed.
Okay, you look about, and he's been traveling north this whole time. Towards, effectively, the nearest gate.
Oh.
Where?
And that's when you look over your shoulder, and there's an elk following you.
Hey, buddy.
There is no Nami.
Buddy. I guess I should have been more clear. Can you go wait with the short fish girl?
Oh,
Oh,
I'll give you lots of apples if you do this. And carrots?
thinks for a moment.
A sweet potato.
As it is telepathically bound to you, I will allow a persuasion. Otherwise, animal handling.
Yes.
As you're not giving it an explicit order, to my knowledge. It just
kicks me in the face.
It poutingly just shoves its like the whole top of its snout right into your armpit and just starts nuzzling at you, all pouty.
Oh, Artie. I rub his head and scratch his ears.
That's what the party catches up to as you have to pass the guild hall to get out of here. That's where your horses are. Those who have them.
Hello.
Hello.
Continue on to my horse. Someone has to get ready for the day.
Yeah. I'll just go to my horse.
I am getting my stuff.
Oh, I think my horse.
Horse.
Union as dysfunctional pets.
Nami's just enjoying the sight. This is too amusing to pass up.
The elk looks at you and gives you a raspberry.
At Nami?
Mm-hmm.
She just shrugs.
Wait, do you have a horse, Nami?
Nope. Haven't needed one.
Do we have the cart still?
Nope.
She can ride the elk.
Alright, either you aren't understanding the elk, or you're not understanding the elk. It does not like me.
Look, the only other option is you're riding Enigma, and the only time that is going to happen is if you're inside his stomach.
I
I
think there are
mean-
plenty of other options. I could, walk with you guys.
We could buy Zealous a new cart.
She can ride the elk.
And you'll walk beside us.
Has she taken the elk oath?
Wait,
We
there's
will
an
get to
oath.
that. Of course.
I rode the elk and I never took it. You're fine.
Ideally,
You're no
ruin
fun.
everything.
The elk pads over to you and it's just the head leans down and starts squinting at you, Nami.
Hi.
Nostrils flare a few times. Mind you, Enigma still walking.
I will. You will catch up with me. Nami, ride the elk, and I will. I will also send a mental command to please let her ride you to the elk.
Flares a few more times and lowers its head. Which is kind of dangerous, Nami, as it was right there. The antlers just barely
Yeah, just kind of like
avoid hitting you.
crouching down lower to the ground. Union!
But it does sort of lower its front end for you to be able to get up.
She didn't hear the command. She's terrified of this thing right now. She is stuck under antlers, just kind of paralyzed in fear. She's
As the
gonna be
rest of the party
spearfished.
abandons you. Except for Joe. Joe's just there. Wonder if we could use my boat.
I think we thought about that, didn't we?
It's a little
We
small.
Yeah, we decided we couldn't fit Zealous in it.
Oh,
Or maybe we could just get Zealous in it. I don't remember.
it is kind of small.
Does the boat move on land?
No, it's a boat.
I mean,
It
it
can.
does.
I'm so confused right now.
He has a boat.
Yes, I remember seeing it in
Y'all-
the stall.
Y'all are already gone.
Oh, are they already gone?
Yeah, they all said they kept going to go get their horses. So by this time, you guys would be at the stables because you weren't that far away when you caught up to Union in his little soap drama going on here. As Union, you are trying to catch up to Enigma.
Yep.
Who is now approaching the last leg of the town spread, and you see a few guards. One of them's like rubbing their eyes as they're trying to assess what is walking at them. Like, it's still like the ass crack of dawn at this point.
I would like to call out to them. It's alright. It's alright.
Oh your god! As Enigma stops walking and runs.
Enigma, what are you doing?
Oh, he's well out of talking distance.
I run and try and catch up to him.
Okay. As you approach, the northern gate itself is just on the verge, or it's just barely open enough to start letting the early foot traffic in. It's not wide enough to start letting carts in. So there is a series of screams and shouts as Enigma wiggles his way through the crowd, causing quite the fright. Um, you catch up to him just a little ways north off the road. He's just there, just grooming himself.
You and catch up, panting a little bit, and says, "Bard, you really can't be running through crowds like that."
Continues grooming himself, just gives you this bored stare.
All right, well, we're going to wait for everyone else to catch up.
Eventually, if Navi doesn't show up, I'll double back and tell her it's all right to ride the elk.
Yeah, the elk is still sitting there in like the presenting pose, but she's seeing it from the antler's perspective and just has not budged.
Listen, she's little. She's about to be Nami on a stick in a moment.
It hoofs at the ground a few times, like, what the hell, man?
Get on the elk. It's fine. He won't bite.
It's not the mouth I'm worried about right now.
He's not gonna antler you. Ram you, that's what I was looking for.
Okay. Alright, with extreme hesitation, she will get onto the elk with probably a great deal of struggle, considering how big elk.
It lowers itself to assist you getting on. It's easier than you thought it would be. And then the elk darts off.
Oh dear gods.
I assume towards the gate.
Uh-huh.
Please
I
tell me
will
there are
follow.
handholds.
No, that's where when we really need her to move.
That's when she magically vanishes.
But you all gather your mounts as it is, those who have them. And so Union, it's about 10 minutes before your party finally manages to get through the gate. All of you were stopped and questioned about some strange antlered pale figure chasing after this series of black cats that teleport or something. If you see it, please be aware that it does appear to be quite the threat. May actually have to put a posting up at the guild about it.
Teleporting black cat, multiple black cats doesn't sound like anything I've ever seen.
Squints at you a little. He is clearly he's actually at the end of his shift, so he is just clearly.
He doesn't care.
No, he is just way too tired to try and pierce the veil.
I'm just smiling at him. Totally innocent smile.
And it's about then the gates finally open all the way up to let more regular traffic through. You are able to make your way aside the influx of people and find Union there with a now sleeping Enigma.
He's taking a little cat nap.
Well, we need to be moving.
Also, they might sick the guild after you.
I'm in the guild.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
Blinks a little bit at Bella.
I wonder if they post it, if we could like accept it and then turn it Enigma for the.
Enigma is a valued member of the party.
I'm not saying we get rid of him.
His head pops up, and Union is between you and him, Bella, and those yellow eyes are just staring.
See, the idea is because then Union could escape and join back with the party after we get paid.
Wait, you're suggesting turning me in?
Sure. I was talking about Enigma, but
Big, fang-filled yawn. Before it hops up and does a little cat shake.
it's fine. We're friends now.
Right. I'm going to try something, as we need to be going. Ian's gonna turn to Enigma and say, Bud, I'm going to try and get on now, alright? Just stay
I've
still.
been waiting for this all week.
It gives a curious look. Still, it's curious and bored.
Look, if you let me on, we'll let you run, alright? Really, really run.
Because you stopped him before.
I ignore the Nami. And I'd like to attempt to mount my mount that I paid 700 gold for that apparently only gets us into trouble, and I can't ride.
Animal handling at disadvantage. Now, and I will note, you don't have a saddle for him.
Good luck, Union. That is
Sounds like
me being inspiring.
Yeah.
sounds like these are things you should have thought about before buying it.
Quick thing. Nami's going to slide off of the elk right now.
It wriggles, seemingly happy to have you off its back.
Just thinking that if
Okay.
it tries to kill him, I have a feeling this elk is going to try to kill it. I don't want to be in
And
the
I
middle
would
of
like
that.
to add
So
the
you all,
1d8.
you all see
D8,
Union
yes.
trying to grab at.
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
Okay, 16.
Trying to grab and pull himself up onto Displacer Beast. And for a second there, you're like, yes, he's right here. He's being such a good boy, and your hands just go whoosh. And you turn your head about 5 feet, and he's still just sitting there. Doesn't look like he's moved. And then he's next to you
Enigma.
again.
I think
Then
you
he's not.
missed.
But
I still don't know how you missed a thing of that size.
Nami, as you're trying to look at it, it appears to be in multiple places at once.
Oh, she was being very sarcastic.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, I know it's like everywhere at once. She's just being very sarcastic.
It's trickier than it looks.
It looks pretty tricky.
But now realizing what you were trying to do, you see the two appendages with the barbed tentacles at the end reach up and posture.
Um, is this like an obvious like warning, like a rattlesnake like shaking its tail type thing?
You're not that lawful stupid. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely an aggressive stance.
I shoot a wistful glance at the elk.
It shoots one right back. Look, like it even looks like, look, back's open.
So, Union.
Yes, Nami?
I'm gonna be walking, aren't I?
Told you, should have gotten the cart. No one listens to me. Why listen to Bella? She wouldn't know anything.
You really
She's
can't
just-
do anything.
She's just crazy and talks to an old lady in her head.
Why listen to Bella when Union can buy displacer beasts?
Yeah, it's going well for you, isn't it? Nice mount.
Look, I still have a magical elk.
The elk is really nice. But, your cat mount just made you miss.
And now I think
it's trying to kill you.
It's
Jinx.
threatening.
All right, Enigma. We'll work on it, all right?
It's cute how wistful he is.
The tentacles slowly lower back down.
I'll give you some fish later, all right, bud?
Not me.
Immediately looks at Nami. But
Union, you're not correcting this?
Union notices and like, not her. It's a dead fish. She's alive, and we cannot make her dead to give it to you. So not her.
No,
How
we
about this?
can.
No, shh. We're not
Squints.
killing Nami.
Looks at Zealous at the commentary and just seemingly like gives a little like, I see you.
I buy a mountain at bonds with Zealous.
You bought a companion, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
Union, I can help you feed it.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, they're still standing not too far from the road. Every now and then you get an onlooker or two.
I should probably get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy,
Yeah.
Mommy, look at the big kitty!
I'd say we should go kind of quick, but
Well,
we don't have a car to throw Nami in.
one of us can ride double.
The elk could take both of us.
Are you sure about that?
Look at him. He's massive and a good boy. Yes, he is. Union
He
goes to
is.
the pet owner as he goes
Beans.
over and scratches the elk's nose.
Just beaming. Like the good dog beaming while the sassy cat is like in the backdrop of the picture just scowling.
I feel like I do not want to get in between their relationship. I'm worried about Beauregard when I should be worried about Enigma and the elk.
You've got more than that.
Zealous, can I ride with you?
I'd be.
I mean,
I'm not sure I would want to ride Zealous's horse.
in terms of dangerous
no.
animals, it goes
Pet the
Enigma,
horse.
and then Zealous's horse is not far.
Pet the horse.
Nami doesn't know this, does
You
she?
can ride.
Yeah, pet the horse.
Do I pick up on the...
You can roll an insight if you would like.
Do I even have insight? Oh, I
I
do.
would
Okay.
hope so.
You never know with me.
No, everything seems on the up and up. It's like it's almost like the elk oath. It's like kind of like maybe everyone had to pet the horse to be allowed to ride it.
Then again, I never said no to the elk. Fuck it, we're gonna go up to Zealous's horse.
Now this is a towering, like Clydesdale-sized war horse.
And second thought, turns back around.
It's a really nice horse.
It looks very friendly.
Nami doesn't like things bigger than her.
There's
Just
nothing
get on my horse.
just yank her up.
Yes.
So athletics or acrobatics then, as you back away.
No, from that on my deal, not Zealous. Look, I am not a strong human being, tiefling being.
Wait,
Nami is very paranoid.
were you trying to put her on my horse?
No,
No, I'm trying to put her on my horse so we can get going.
No, we are walking now.
No,
Everything is against me. We are walking.
I'm getting in on that. Let's.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay. So an athletic.
God.
So Nami, as you feel the get up here, and you just instinctually step forward, realizing you now have to step back towards the warhorse. That there's a loud clack in the air of its teeth coming together just past your head, which it makes you like a scared rabbit freeze in place. As Zealous plucks you out if you weigh nothing and throw you on your belly on the front of his saddle.
Oh, by the way, Zealous's horse bites.
This is my plan all along. This is my plan all along. It's all okay. Demon horses, demon cat, vampires. It's all okay.
The cat squints.
Yeah, it's not a demon. It's a monstrosity. I think.
How dare you?
He said it, not me.
Just kind
That was an out of character,
of shrugs.
out of character category joke that probably only one other person here gets.
No, I think more than one of us knows about Spacer Beast.
Yeah.
I get it.
But anyhow, mount situation sorted through. You begin making your way with the river on to your right and heading upwards towards the lake.
Ooh, water.
Travel towards Groffen.
Wait, do I get to watch the river side or the non-river side?
Either way, it's not comfortable as you are on your belly.
Yes, but one would be more enjoyable than the other.
1d2.
God damn it. This is gonna suck. That's not how that works.
You forgot the
Slash roll.
Thank you. That's not how that works either. Oh wait, there it
No.
is.
Yes,
That
it
works.
is. Alright, you do get to see the river.
Yay!
In like small intervals, as you have to like hold your head up and let it down so your neck can rest. Hold your head up, enjoy. Put your head down.
It's been a long time since Nami has been near water.
But it is the better part of a full day's travel that gets you lakeside. Having various pit stops for those that need it. As evening comes to a close, let's organize our camp preparations. And that will be where we fade to black. How would you like to prepare for camp?
I will again do huts.
Okay.
Just undoing my bedroll, going to bed.
Union would take out some of his rations, like the meaty bits, or part of the meaty bits, feed them to Enigma.
Nami is actually going to go into the river for once and one gather fish.
Okay, so you will attempt to gather fish.
Mostly by suggesting to them that it's safe on a very particular part of the river corral.
Well, how do you gather them then?
Oh, it's a struggle.
Do you by hand or
Dagger
by dagger?
spear fishing
Okay.
attempt.
Just roll me 3 attacks.
Oh, I could use a rapier instead. That's longer. Can I switch to that?
Sure.
Oh, I'm terrified now.
Okay, you managed to skewer 3 fish. The remainder cease listening to your suggestions after they see what you did to Larry, Curly, and Mo.
And those fish will be going to Enigma, by the way.
Yeah, I like the idea of Nami turns around, like fish still wiggling on her rapier, and Enigma's just sitting there, tail like slowly drifting back and forth.
Oh, she is not going very close to him with it.
Oh yeah, but he's coming close to her.
He's just sitting wherever he curled up, staring at the lot of you, unimpressed as Nami comes, still dripping with river water. It's not the best river you've been in, Nami. It's very much silt filled and muddy as it where it meets the lake. But sees the offering at the ready, and his look of boredom goes to probably what you'd amount to slight interest. There's that one single slow, like where the tail just kind of rolls over at the last 3 joints to the other side. Like, okay.
She is placing him on a rock semi far away and just leaving. She's not getting near Enigma.
Go tuck into the hut where it can't go.
Mm-hmm. Just like rock just outside the hut. Nami inside hut.
All right, so we'll fade to black as you adventurers gather inside Ideal's little conjuration. Actually, I think it's evocation, if I remember correctly.
I'll tell you in a second. It's almost like I have
Yes,
it
it
right in
is.
front of me. Yeah. Huh. I like their little evocation spells.
Yeah. Well,
This is a lot less flashy.
and the last thing that we catch as the scene slowly fades away is the chomping on fish while still staring at the fish.
I'm not okay with this.
And that is where we fade to black and call session to a close.
Yay.
Yay.
Enigma, best boy.